Part 119. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1181. Chapter 1181. The identification result is correct. Yes, a strange color flashed across Shenro's eyes quickly, and she raised her lips, and don't worry, I believe you mother and daughter can be reunited. I think Miss Bai must be very beautiful, after all. And Bai, you are a great beauty. Mrs. Bai was very happy to be coaxed by her, you are the only one who is sweet. Then I will lend you some good words. I hope my precious daughter can go home soon. I will definitely do it. Shenro bent her eyes and lowered her eyelashes to cover up the haze that quickly passed through her eyes. And Bai, let's go in first. I asked my friend to wait early. I hope his medical skills will not disappoint you, and Bai. Okay, let's go in first. Asterisk. Shenro took Mrs. Bai for a checkup, then sent Mrs. Bai back to Bai's house before leaving. The black Rolls-Royce drove away from Bai's house for a while, and then Shenro took out her mobile phone and made a call. Soon, the call was connected over there. Ms. Shen, a man's voice came from the mobile phone. He sounded about 30 years old. Shenro squinted her eyes, turned to look out the car window, then took a deep breath and asked, "Are the results out?" After she asked, she couldn't help but hold the phone tightly, with a trace of nervousness and anxiety on her face. She hoped that the final result of the inspection would not be what she had guessed. This will make her feel better. The test results are out, Miss Shen. Through the DNA identification of the two blood samples you sent, the identification result is that they are a mother and daughter. Even if you have already guessed it? The moment it was truly confirmed, Shenro's face still turned extremely ugly. It's actually true. It's actually true. That little Chiao Mian turned out to be the daughter left behind by the Bai family. So, her true identity is not only not inferior at all, but is not even worse than her at all. Shenro's teeth were almost broken in her mouth, and she was gnashing her teeth with hatred. Are you sure there are no mistakes in the identification results? This is a very important matter, and I will not allow any mistakes. I'm sure. Miss Shen, the paternity test is a very simple test. I can be 100% sure that the test results will be without any errors. Shenro felt like there was a suffocation in her chest. Okay, I understand. Remember, this matter must be kept secret. No one else can know about it except me. Miss Shen, please don't worry, I know what to do. Shenro held back her anger and hung up the phone. Her mind was filled with what the doctor had just said to her. The test result was that they were a mother and daughter. She originally thought Chiao Mian was an ordinary person from a humble background. Unexpectedly, she would be from the Bai family. For Shenro, the thing that gives her the most sense of superiority is her family background. In her bones, she always feels that she is superior to others. She also knew very well that Mrs. was dissatisfied with Chiao Mian because of Chiao Mian's background. If Chiao Mian had met Mo Yesi as the daughter of the Bai family from the beginning, and married Mo Yesi. Even if she is still in the entertainment industry, Mrs. will not be too dissatisfied. So no matter what, she couldn't let Chiao Mian have any possibility of returning to the Bai family. It doesn't matter that she is the daughter of the Bai family. Since she knew about this matter first, Chiao Mian was destined to have a humble background in her life. Want to be the daughter of the Bai family? End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1182. Chapter 1182. Mom, please help me, okay? Go ahead and dream. Shenro clenched her fists, her eyes became colder inch by inch, and slowly, her mood also calmed down. Fortunately, she had a plan. So even if Chiao Mian is the daughter of the Bai family, it is useless. She will not give her a chance to be recognized by the Bai family. She thought for a moment, picked up her phone, and made a call to Chiao Angzhen. Asterisk. The Chiao family. After Chiao Angzhen answered the phone, she felt excited and jealous. Shenro called her just now and told her that the identification results were out. That little Chiao Mian is actually the daughter of the Bai family. Chiao Angzhen never thought that Chiao Mian's biological parents would be Mrs. Bai and Master Bai of the Bai family, one of the four major families in Yunqing. Such a distinguished family. How could it be related to that Chiao Mian? Shouldn't that Chiao Mian's parents be fugitives, and shouldn't they be living in a miserable state now? Why is this the result? That little bitch's parents are not only not messy people, but her true origin is 1,000 times nobler than her own. Chiao Angzhen slammed the phone on the bed and sat on the edge of the bed with a livid face. At this time, Lin Huijin opened the door and walked in. Seeing her sitting motionless on the edge of the bed with a straight face, Lin Huijin frowned and walked towards her. "Xin, what's wrong with you? Who provoked you? Have you found your next company? Don't think your reputation is pretty good now, but you can't care about anything. If you stay silent for a while, your fans may forget about you. In my opinion, don't be too picky. As long as the company is slightly suitable, sign it first. You have something to do first, so don't panic. Let me tell you." Lin Huijin thought she was signing a contract with the next company. "I was worried about something, so I started to persuade him nonchalantly. Mom, as long as I can live a better life, you will help me no matter what." Chiao Angzhen raised her head, looking straight at Lin Huijin with a fierce look in her eyes. Lin Huijin was taken aback for a moment, then nodded casually and said, "Of course. Xin, you are my mother's darling. Of course, I hope you can get better and better. Then do me a favor." Chiao Angzhen reached out and grabbed Lin Huijin's arm, with a look of ambition that she was sure to win. "Mom, if I tell you, I hope to become the daughter of the Bai family. Will you be willing to help me?" After Chiao Angzhen finished speaking, she was afraid that Lin Huijin would refuse, so she immediately added, "But no matter what, you are my biological mother. I will never forget this. When I become the daughter of the Bai family, our mother, the two women don't have to worry about their prosperity in this life. Mom, you will help me, right? You will definitely help me." Lin Huijin was stunned for a moment, with an expression of astonishment on her face. "Xin, what are you talking about? What daughter of the Bai family? You are the daughter of our Chiao family, how could you become the daughter of the Bai family? Also, what did you say? Which Bai family is it? What are you talking about?" "Of course it's the Bai family among the four major families in Yunqing. As long as I can become the daughter of the Bai family, I can buy you whatever you want in the future. Although you have become my adoptive mother on the surface, in my heart I will always remember that you are my biological mother, and I will be filial to you for the rest of my life. Mom, please help me, please." End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1183. Chapter 1183. I was gradually moved by what she said. If I don't go to the Bai family, the person who goes to the Bai family will be that little Chiao Mian. If she becomes the daughter of the Bai family, will our mother and daughter have a good life in the future? So I will not only it's for my own enjoyment. If I don't do this, we will only be miserable in the future. Xin, you. Lin Huijin didn't know what she was talking about at all. Why are you getting involved with that little again? What on earth is going on? Mom, Listen to me first. Jiao Angzhen took Lin Huijin's hand and asked her to sit on the edge of the bed, then slowly told Lin Huijin what happened. More than 10 minutes later. After hearing this, Lin Huijin opened her eyes wide in shock. She said in disbelief, the biological parents of that little are actually from the Bai family. How can the little have such good luck? Is this true? It's true, Jiao Angzhen said, feeling extremely unbalanced. Miss Shen called me just now and said that the paternity test results came out. She and Mrs. Bai are mother and daughter. This incident had such an impact on Lin Huijin that she didn't recover for a long time. The daughter that the Bai family has been looking for more than 10 years turns out to be Jiao Mian. No wonder your father treats that little like his own daughter. He knows that she is valuable, so he treats her well. But since Jiao Mian she is the daughter of the Bai family, why didn't your father take her to the Bai family to recognize her? Jiao Anan was silent, pursed her lips and said, I have done some research, and the Bai family should have been anonymous before. When I was still in Yunchinj, my surname was not Bai. When I came back later, I came back with my real surname. So Dad I didn't know that the Bai family was his old club back then. So that's it? Lin Huijin suddenly thought of a question, frowned and said, apart from that little bitch, Jiao Chen is not your father's biological son. Could it be that he also has an extraordinary background? How can it be? Jiao Angzhen denied it without thinking. That sick guy Jiao Chen is just an orphan that no one wants. His sick body can't live for more than a few days, and he might report to the palace of hell one day. Lin Huijin pursed her lips and looked solemn. Mom, Jiao Angzhen looked at her pleadingly, now you know the true origin of that little Jiao Mian. If she is recognized back to the Bai family, will she still be able to live our good life in the future? She has always been. If he is resentful towards us, he will definitely find a way to retaliate against us. Only by letting me take over her identity and become the daughter of the Bai family, we, mother and daughter, can have a good life in the second half of our lives. Think about it, if I become the daughter of the Bai family, what I want in the future can only be a matter of words. When the time comes, it won't just be me who will enjoy it, you will also enjoy it. You have become the adoptive mother of the daughter of the Bai family. You have been so kind to me over the years. Can the Bai family treat you badly? In this way, you and Mrs. Bai have become sisters. Lin Huijin was gradually moved by what she said. When she thought that she could match Mrs. Bai's sisters, and that she could live a prosperous and wealthy life for the rest of her life, her eyes began to light up. Lin Huijin was not originally the kind of great mother who valued her children more than herself. Even if she is a biological daughter, interests are more important to her than interests. What you said will definitely come true. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1184. Chapter 1184. Best friend becomes sister-in-law. Don't make any mistakes. If a family like the Bai family knows that we have deceived them, you and I cannot afford the consequences. When she said this, she agreed. Jiao Angzhen breathed a sigh of relief, with a smile on her face. She threw herself into her arms and hugged her and said coquettishly, Mom, don't worry, Miss Shen will definitely arrange everything. But Dad, don't worry about him. You are his biological flesh and blood. When he finds out about this, he won't be able to betray you, his biological daughter, for a daughter who has no blood relationship with him. What's more, you can have a relationship with the Bai family. It's not too late for him to be happy. Lin Huijin thought for a while and then said, then how can we let the Bai family know that their daughter is in the Jiao family? There is a banquet at Bai's house tomorrow, which is Bai Yisheng's birthday. Miss Shen said she would arrange for me to attend with her at the banquet. She will naturally find a way to make Mrs. Bai notice me. Asterisk. After Jiao Mian left the event, she went directly to the Mo family to find Mo Yesi. After she arrived at the company, she was told that Mo Yesi was in a meeting. Chiao Mian went to his office to wait for him. Not long after entering the office, a secretary walked in with a plate full of snacks, such as fruit, cakes, ice cream, and various snacks, filling the coffee table. Chiao Mian sat on the sofa for a while, ate snacks and read the script for a while, then received a WeChat message from Zhang Luli. Ginger candy is not sweet, baby, I want to tell you something. Chiao Mian was idle when she received the WeChat message and immediately replied, what? Ginger candy is not sweet, then you promise not to laugh at me, otherwise I won't say anything. Mian Buruanmen, okay, I promise. Chiao Mian waited for almost a minute before Zhang Luli's WeChat message was sent again. The sugar is not sweet, well, ahem, I think you might want to call me sister-in-law in the future. How about your best friend becoming sister-in-law? Do you feel very happy, excited? Mian Bukuimeng. Ginger candy is not sweet, what is your reaction? Didn't you say before that the best relationship between best friends is the relationship between sister-in-law and sister-in-law? Please give me some reaction. Okay, I know I slapped myself in the face. I said yes, but, you really can't blame me for this. Chiao Mian was not surprised that Zhang Luli agreed to date Mo Shixiu. After all, Mo Yesi had already predicted it. However, when she heard Zhang Luli confirm this matter, she still felt that Zhang Luli was too handsome. No wonder there is a saying that beauty can mislead people. In ancient times, if Zhang Luli was an emperor, he would be second to King Zhou. The kind of person who loves the country more than the beauty, and would even do anything for the beauty. Chiao Mian did not agree with Zhang Luli and Mo Shixiu being together at first, because she felt it was unrealistic. He was even more afraid that Zhang Luli would be wronged by Mo. But now, since Zhang Luli has made her own choice, as a good best friend, what else can she do except support? Zhang Luli's character should not be the kind of character that would allow others to bully him. Even if Madame Mo wanted to abuse her, it would not be easy. In addition, Mo Yesi also said that Mo Shixiu is a very independent and responsible person. I believe he can also protect Zhang Luli. Selfishly speaking, it would be great if Zhang Luli could become her sister-in-law. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1185. Chapter 1185. Forget it, she is willing to admit defeat. With a ding sound, Zhang Luli sent another WeChat message. Ginger candy is not sweet, you know I was drunk that night, right? I've never been so drunk. When I woke up the next day, I couldn't remember many things. I had already made up my mind to make it clear to him, but he told me that I took advantage of him a lot when I was drunk, so I must be responsible for him. This was the first time I met a man who called a woman responsible. I didn't know if I really took advantage of him, but he didn't seem like a liar. I don't want him to think I'm a scumbag, so. Mian Buruanmen, so you agreed to date him. Ginger candy is not sweet, oh, yes. Baby, do you dislike us? In fact, I didn't think too much about it, I just thought it would be good to just have a sweet love. Mo Shixiu meets my requirements for an ideal boyfriend in every aspect. It wouldn't be a bad idea to fall in love with a man like him. It was naturally impossible for Chiao Mian to throw cold water on her at this time, and she couldn't just say what other people's feelings were like. She thought for a while before replying, your own feelings are the most important. If you feel happy being with him and don't think about what will happen in the future, I also think it's good to have a sweet relationship. You really won't lose money if you fall in love with Mo Shixiu. Ginger candy is not sweet, yes, that's what I think. Apart from anything else, being with a top-notch handsome man like him and looking at his handsome face every day makes me feel very happy. As for the future, I really don't think too much about it. Anyway, I'm still young and can still waste a few years. Ginger candy isn't sweet, by the way. We agreed that whoever has a boyfriend, we'll treat him to dinner. So when you and your boyfriend are free, I'll ask him to treat you two to dinner. Just as Chiao Mian was about to return her, she heard the door open. She raised her head and saw Mo Yesi pushing open the office door and walking in. Seeing Chiao Mian sitting on the sofa holding her mobile phone, Mo Yesi paused for a moment, then walked towards her with the corners of his lips slightly raised. Tired of waiting, I'm done now and can accompany you. Fortunately, it's not my first time here. Chiao Mian shook her phone and sighed softly. Huh, what's wrong? Mo Yesi walked over to her and sat down next to her. He reached out and took her into his arms, lowered his head and kissed her gently on the lips. Chiao Mian curled her lips and said, "Oh, you guessed it?" Huh. Mo Yesi raised his eyebrows and asked what she meant. Just now Luoluo told me that she was with her eldest brother. Mo Yesi was startled for a moment, then raised the corner of his lips, with no surprise in his eyes. Isn't this normal? I have told you before that she should not refuse him once she meets him. But, I thought she might be able to resist her elder brother's beauty. I thought she wouldn't be so unstable. It seemed that she still overestimated Zhang Luli. So, you lost the bet between us. Mo Yesi did not forget this matter and brought it up immediately. Chiao Mian. Forget it, she is willing to admit defeat. Well, I lost. As I recall, the bet was that you had to agree to a request of mine, whatever it was I asked for. Chiao Mian looked at the man's dark eyes, which were gradually deepening, and had a bad feeling. She didn't even want to admit it. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1186. Chapter 1186. If you want to regret it now, is it too late? Ah, what was wrong with her at that time that she would make a bet with Mo Yesi? The two have bet so many times, has she ever won? She had already guessed what Mo Yesi wanted to ask for, and now just looking at the way he looked at her made her legs weak. I remember. Chiao Mian replied reluctantly. Then should you fulfill your promise? You said that no matter what request I make, you will agree to it. You should still remember the sentence, right? Mo Yesi came closer to her, the man's warmth, his breath fell on her earlobe, and he whispered something against her earlobe. Chiao Mian blushed suddenly with embarrassment. She raised her head and stared at him with shame and annoyance. Mo Yesi, you are shameless. This stinky gangster. She knew that he must have bad intentions. The man chuckled, and his deep voice was very sultry. Baby, I didn't force you. It was you who said that no matter what I ask for, you will agree to it. Are you willing to admit defeat, et? Chiao Mian. Of course she knows that she is willing to accept defeat. She regrets it now, very much, very much. There must have been something wrong with her brain at that time, otherwise, how could she take the initiative to say hello to Mo Yesi? If you want to regret it now, is it too late? Okay, we'll talk about this later. It's still early anyway, so there's no rush. Mo Yesi teased her for a while, put away the joke on his face, and said with a pun, there are more important things today. Things to do. What's more important? Chiao Mian was immediately diverted by his topic and looked at him doubtfully. What's the matter? Mo Yesi chuckled lightly and reached out to touch her soft black hair. Her hair felt as smooth as silk. He couldn't touch it enough. Did you forget that you have to attend a dinner party tomorrow night? Before that, I have to pick out an evening dress for you. Dinner party? Chiao Mian then remembered that tomorrow night is Bai Yusheng's birthday party. She just remembered that she seemed to be unprepared for anything. Fortunately, Moyesi was careful and reminded her. When she first moved to Moyesi's place, Butler Lin had people buy her a lot of clothes, shoes, bags, and jewelry. But they are all clothes for daily wear. Evening dress, it seems that I really don't have one yet. Okay, Chiao Mian thought for a moment and nodded. I happened to stop by to pick out a gift for brother Bai. 30 is also a very important and memorable age for a man. You have to choose a gift for him carefully. Woolen cloth. Thinking about how Bai Yusheng always took good care of her and even let her play the female lead, Chiao Mian decided to carefully choose a birthday gift for Bai Yusheng. However, she didn't know what Bai Yusheng usually liked. Thinking that Moyesi had known him for a long time, she asked, Moyesi, do you know what Bai Yusheng usually likes? When I go to buy birthday gifts later, can you give me a reference? Seeing his wife being so enthusiastic about choosing gifts for other men, Moyesi couldn't help but feel disgusted. What does he like? He likes beautiful women the most. If you find a beautiful woman to give to him, he will definitely like it. Chiao Mian. Moyesi, please be more serious, she said speechlessly. You and brother Bai have known each other for so many years, so you should have a certain understanding of his preferences. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1187. Chapter 1187. The 1,000-year-old iron tree actually bloomed. Tell me what he likes. What if he doesn't like the gift I picked out? You don't have to worry about the gift, I'll just give it to you. But, I want to choose one for myself. Chiao Mian looked at the unhappy expression on the man's face and thought that Moyesi must be jealous again. She shook his arm helplessly and funnily and said, you don't be upset, I just want to thank him for giving me the role of the female lead. If it were someone else, I would have done the same. Moyesi pursed his lips and made no sound. Chiao Mian sighed and let go. Okay, if you don't tell me, I will choose it myself. Anyway, I have to choose the gift for brother Bai. Moyesi decided that after Chiao Mian finished filming Bai Yusheng's drama, they would not be allowed to work together again. He was not at all reassured about Bai Yusheng. At this moment, Chiao Mian's cell phone rang. She saw that it was Linda who called, and made a silent gesture to Moyesi. After getting through, Linda asked her directly what was going on when she said at the event today that she would give up the MC endorsement. Chiao Mian didn't say that just for the sake of acting for others to see. She thought about it for a while and told Linda the truth. Sister Xia, I think it's better to push back on that endorsement. I've inquired and found out that MC did intend to renew the contract with Xiao Xiao. Accepting this endorsement would be a lot of trouble for me. My current reputation is not suitable for me to be a spokesperson for MC. I still want to develop my career well first. When I am really strong in the future, I don't have to worry about endorsements or anything like that. Have you thought about it, seriously? Well, I've thought about it. But the contract has been signed. Isn't it said that MC is owned by the Gong family? I'll ask my boyfriend to talk to Mr. Gong, there should be no problem. Linda was silent for a while, and then sighed, not sounding very high-spirited. Okay, I respect your decision. However, I think even if you give up the endorsement of MC, Xiao Xiao and her fans will not accept it. Hellos. I'm going to call MC now to talk about the termination of the contract. Call ended. Chiao Mian suddenly remembered the incident about 520 and 50 ambulances in the live broadcast room. She asked Moyesi, were you the one who went to the live broadcast room to buy gifts and sent the ambulance in my name today? Yeah, Moyesi nodded. Chiao Mian, why do you suddenly think of buying some gifts? You don't usually watch live broadcasts, do you? Moyesi looked at her and gently rubbed the top of her head with his big hands. I have never tipped a female anchor unless I watched the live broadcast. Wei Zheng helped me with the gift exchange. Some people said that I was reluctant to spend money on you. Of course I have to prove myself. So you spent more than 10 million to prove it? He will make money if he loses, and he has enough money to be so willful. Xiao Mian thought that the money he gave away would be used for charity activities anyway, so it was not a waste, so she said nothing more. By the way, Luoluo asked us just now when we would be free. She said she asked her eldest brother to treat us to dinner. Xiao Mian remembered what Zhang Luli told her just now, and told Mo Yesi the exact words. She and Zhang Luli did have an agreement before. If either of the two has a boyfriend, they will invite him to dinner. She also invited Zhang Luli when she was with Mo Yesi before. You decide the time, I can cooperate with you at any time. Mo Yesi looked at her with doting eyes. I never expected that my elder brother's 1,000-year-old iron tree would actually bloom, and it was because of you. My best friend got it? End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1188. Chapter 1188. How can I do this if I don't take good care of you? Baby, your Luoluo is pretty awesome. Xiao Mian. You say that, brother, there is no difference between you and him, right? Aren't you also a 10,000-year-old iron tree? My first love was with her. Even if you get married, it's with her. She has never been with another woman before, nor has she had any love experience. She has been single for 25 years. Hearing him teasing Mo Shixio like this, Xiao Mian found it funny. This is how to laugh at 50 steps and laugh at 100 steps. Mo Yesi raised his eyebrows with a look of disapproval. Of course, eldest brother and I are different. Xiao Mian also raised her eyebrows slightly, with an expression of humbly asking for advice. Oh? Then may I ask what is different about you? Mo Yesi lowered his head, glanced at her, and said seriously, I'm not Lao Tishu, I'm a few years younger than him. Xiao Mian. The essence is not all the same. They are all 10,000-year-old iron trees anyway. I've been thinking about what kind of sister-in-law my eldest brother will find for me in the future. Mo Yesi squinted his eyes. The expression on his face was a bit hard to explain. I didn't expect that my future sister-in-law would be a little girl. Mo Yesi felt a little uncomfortable thinking that he would call that little girl Zhang Luli's sister-in-law in the future. He never thought that the girl Mo Shixio liked turned out to be Zhang Luli's type. I thought that his elder brother, a stuffy, old-fashioned man who was rigorous and meticulous in his work, would like mature and charming women. Zhang Luli is just a little girl. She is also a lively and outgoing girl. Mo Yesi imagined the scene of her and Mo Shixio getting along, and she felt that the future sister-in-law his elder brother had found for him was just a child. I don't know whether it is suitable for two people with completely different personalities to be together. However, as two brothers who grew up together, Mo Yesi naturally knew Mo Shixio very well. If he decides to be with Zhang Luli, this matter will definitely have a good outcome. Mo Shixio never treats feelings casually. He does not make a decision easily. Once he makes a decision, he must have thought about being responsible for Zhang Luli to the end. If one day Mo Shixio and Zhang Luo separate, it will definitely not be his intention. It can only be Zhang Luli who wants to leave. Xiao Mian, Mo Yesi, what do you mean? You seem to have a problem with Luoluo. What a little girl. Luoluo and I are the same age, so in your eyes I am also a little girl. Xiao Mian would not allow others to say anything bad about her best friend. Even if that person is her husband. Mo Yesi, baby, of course I have no objection to her, I'm just telling the truth. To the eldest brother, Zhang Luli is just a little girl. Think about it, the eldest brother is already 30 years old, how old is Zhang Luli? There's a gap of almost 10 years. Xiao Mian is 6 years younger than him. He felt that he was much older than her and was afraid that there would be a generation gap between them. With a 10-year age gap, there is definitely a generation gap. And the character of Mo Shixiu. Mo Yesi is a little worried whether his elder brother's love life will become more bumpy. As for you, you are indeed a little girl to me. Mo Yesi looked at the angry face of the girl next to him, reached out and pinched her cheek, and said with a gentle smile, "So, I want to take good care of you, love you, and pamper you. You are so many years younger than me, how can I not take good care of you?" End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1189. Chapter 1189. I'm sure I'm going to slap a lot of people in the face again. Chiao Mian pouted, still a little dissatisfied. So, in your eyes, do I have no femininity at all? He said she was a little girl. Doesn't it mean that she has no femininity? Chiao Mian didn't like being treated like a little girl by him at all. Mo Yesi thought about this question seriously and shook his head. That's not entirely true. Isn't that all? Yeah, an ambiguous smile suddenly appeared on his lips. He came closer to her and whispered a few words in her ear. Seeing Chiao Mian's fair face instantly covered with a layer of blush, she punched his chest with her little fist, and then glared at him. Rogue. Yeah, you're a gangster. Mo Yesi fondly grabbed her white little hand, put it to his lips and kissed her gently. I only treat my wife as a gangster. How can I be serious in front of my wife? Chiao Mian. Pooh, you are a beast in disguise. Asterisk. Mo Yesi took Chiao Mian to a high-end private server club. After getting off the car, someone immediately came up to meet me and shouted respectfully, "Mr. Mo." Then he glanced at Chiao Mian, who got out of the car with Mo Yesi, and when his eyes fell on her face, which was so delicate and perfect that no one could find a single flaw, a hint of surprise flashed in her eyes, and she called out again respectfully, "Miss Chiao." As both women, the clerk also thinks that Miss Chiao is too good-looking and exquisite. I look many times better than in the photos and videos. Completely different from those female celebrities who are much inferior to themselves without intensive PS. She is the type who is more beautiful in person than in fine works. The clerk couldn't help but take a second look. Any man who has such a beautiful girlfriend will hold her in his hands and love her. No wonder he would be willing to order $1 million evening dress for her. However, this Mr. Mo is also a rare and extremely handsome man, and his appearance matches that of Miss Chiao very well. He is extremely handsome, rich, and loves women. Such a man is really a peerless good man who is hard to find even with a lantern. Think about it, this Miss Chiao is happier, having found such a perfect boyfriend. There are rumors in the outside world that her boyfriend is a bad old man, or he is also a very old man. But he is obviously very young and handsome, and his appearance is even better than that of the young guy in the entertainment industry who relies on his face to make a living. At that time, many people will definitely be slapped in the face. Asterisk. Arrived at the store. Several shop assistants gathered around and served enthusiastically. It was Wei Zheng who came over to order the dress, and did not reveal Mo Yesi's specific identity. So these clerks don't know the identity of the people they serve. However, people who can spend millions to order an evening dress, regardless of their status, are their key customers. Mr. Mo, Miss Chiao, please wait a moment, the evening gown will be brought out soon. Chiao Mian sat in the rest area and took a look at the environment of this club. She felt that it was a pretty cool place. At first glance, the consumption here is particularly high. She originally thought that Mo Yesi took her to the mall to buy clothes. I didn't expect that I would come to a place like this. She feels that the consumption here is much higher than that in shopping malls. Moreover, Moyesi also ordered an evening dress for her? Haven't heard him talk about it before. Chiao Mian asked out of curiosity, Moyesi, did you order an evening dress for me? Then why didn't you ask me? What? End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 1190. Chapter 1190. I suspect he is driving again. Ugh. Chiao Mian coughed lightly, you haven't even asked me about my measurements. Don't I need my measurements when ordering a dress? Moyesi was startled, lowered his eyes, looked at her with a smile in his eyes, slowly raised the corners of his lips, and said with a half-smile, why are you asking? I already know your size very clearly. Chiao Mian. She suspected that he was driving again, but she had no proof. After a while, several shop assistants came out carefully holding a skirt. Mr. Mo, this is the dress you ordered for Miss Chiao. Do you want Miss Chiao to try it on now? Chiao Mian looked at the clerk's hand, and her eyes were drawn to it at this glance. The clerk was holding a silver grey sparkly long skirt in his hand. Under the light, the long skirt seemed to be studded with diamonds, shining extremely brightly. But if you look closely, you can see that the twinkling stars on it are made of special materials. Girls are always irresistible to such shiny things. Chiao Mian fell in love with it after just one glance. Moyesi's eyes lit up when he saw her, and he raised his lips and said, go and try. Chiao Mian nodded. Miss Chiao, please come with us here to try on evening gowns. The clerk made an inviting gesture. Chiao Mian stood up and followed the clerk to the fitting room. The zipper of the long skirt is at the back, so someone needs to help Chiao Mian pull it up. The clerk followed her into the fitting room. The moment Chiao Mian took off her clothes, the clerk couldn't help but admired, Miss Chiao, your skin is so white. It is white and tender, and the surface of the skin is glowing with a radiant luster. At first glance, it seems that you are born with good skin, rather than getting it through whitening injections. Their club specializes in custom-made private dresses for wealthy people. There are naturally a lot of celebrities that we have received. Some female stars who are said to have particularly good skin in the industry have actually received whitening injections. The acquired whitening is really different from the innate whitening. The clerk looked at Chiao Mian's glowing white skin with envy. Even though he knew she was born with good skin, he still couldn't help but ask, Miss Chiao, your skin is really good. How do you usually take care of it? Chiao Mian replied truthfully, nursing. I don't take any special care. I just like to drink more water and eat more fruits. There's not much else. Shop clerk. She is so angry. She also likes to drink water and eat fruits. Her skin is also pretty good. But without comparison, there is no harm. Sure enough, natural beauty does exist. Looking at the snow-like beauty in front of him, the clerk felt a little envious of Moyesi, who was sitting outside. If she were a man, if she had such a stunning girlfriend, she would definitely not want to get out of bed for 3 days and 3 nights. Asterisk. More than 10 minutes later. Chiao Mian put on an evening dress and walked out of the fitting room. A clerk held up the hem of her skirt for her, and she slowly walked to the mirror and stared at herself in the mirror. The clerk was full of surprise. Miss Chiao, you are so beautiful. This evening dress looks really good on you. Your boyfriend will be very surprised when he sees you later. The clerk really thinks Chiao Mian is particularly beautiful. She is more beautiful than any female artist she has ever received before. This silver grey star evening dress looked like a fairy descending to earth when she was wearing it. End of this chapter.